Good afternoon. It's November the 7th. I'm in, I guess you'd call it South Albert or Albert Park, I guess, once we cross over here. I've walked down here before, um, and I'm walking down here again, mainly because I just picked up kitty litter again at Positively Perfect here, which is our pet store we go to quite often. As you can see, it's a beautiful fall day, not a trace of snow left after yesterday. It's plus 11. Not even wearing my jacket, I'm just wearing my sweatshirt. Just going to mosey over this way. If I walk far enough, I'll end up at Pasco. I don't know if I'll walk that far enough. Probably won't. I don't want to take that long, but you wouldn't think it was the same day as yesterday. Well, it's not the same day as yesterday. I think it's the same season. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Apartment buildings down here. Been here for a while, these ones. Gordon Road is just over there, which is quite a busy road. My shoe feels loose, but hopefully it doesn't untie. Yeah. And then once you move past the apartment buildings, you start to get more just a residential area here. A little cooler in the shade. I guess you can still see a little bit of the snow in the shade. Won't last another day, probably. It's going to be +8 tomorrow. And the snow they had in the forecast next week seems to have largely gone away, maybe a little bit, but we'll see. Remembrance Day now is not looking like it'll be a mix of snow and rain like it was, I think, when I mentioned it yesterday. But just there's the street sign here, trying to figure out if that's a crescent or something I could walk along. It's a crescent. If I go that way, it doesn't go anywhere. So we'll keep going this way. Multi-unit dwellings here, but not exactly apartment buildings. Probably condos, those. I was editing this morning. My main thing at the moment. Books that need to be finished up and gotten out. Ooh, it's quite nice painting on the camper there. The whole thing is like that. Very nice. I always think of this era of house as the Brady Bunch era. They're not exactly like Brady Bunch houses, but you can see the resemblance. Yes, there's still a civic election coming up, so even though the provincial election is over, you're still seeing various signs for city councilors and school board members. They're kind of interesting, those. A little different than many. This is Lockwood Road, so I'm pretty sure I can follow it up. I'm just thinking I'll kind of randomly zigzag here. Towards the west. Hard to see in the sun. I'm going to get run over. There's Gordon Road over there. You can see the cars going by. See how low the sun is, even though it's only, what, 3 o'clock? Here we go up Lockwood Drive, wherever it goes. I'm not really sure. Today it looks like, well, it smells like spring because of the melted snow yesterday. That's what I keep thinking. Oh, it's spring, but of course, it's not. This is still a crescent, Wheaton Crescent, so I won't follow it. kind of know what my boundaries are here and when it makes sense to turn around and go back the other way. I think if I'd followed Wheaton Crescent before, I would have come out here, so I guess I could have come this way, but I didn't know that it worked like that. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. Get it? I've got the Brady Bunch song stuck in my head because I mentioned it. The story of a lovely lady bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one and girl. It's a story of a man named Brady who was busy with three boys of his own. They were four men living all together, but they were all alone. And you know the rest. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch. That's kind of an interesting sign for the house number. I'm sorry I didn't get over here in the proper fall because these trees over here do tend to be quite lovely, mature, and spaced out. But they're mostly bare now. There's still remnants of Halloween, too, here and there. It was only a week ago when I was in Ottawa, which is why I didn't do my usual walk around the Halloween neighborhood, not trick-or-treating. Well, I suppose I was dressed as a live streamer, but continue up Lockwood Drive. Albert Street's over that way. And I guess our next logical zig to the left, or zag, is whatever this is. Sunset Drive. Yes, that's what I thought it was. I know if I go down to the left here, it's going to take me to the place where Alice used to go for skating lessons quite a while ago. I don't think we're terribly close to that yet, so my zigzag pattern may or may not take me there. Maybe I'll just keep going until I get to it because it's a nice little park around there to walk through. Around. Oh, Compton Road actually would be my most next logical zigzag. So I think if it's a road, it should go somewhere. But it goes the wrong way. No, I'll stick to watch these wet leaves. They can be slipperier than ice. It's up to Sunset here. I guess it's called Sunset because it goes due west, and around here, well, most places, I guess, at the equinox, the sun will set right at the end of the street here. Point straight at the prairie. My microphone is doing there. I feel like it might be being covered up by my sweater a little. Oof, oof. Oof, oof, oof. Oof, oof, oof. No, this is Garnet Street, where I lived, but a long way north of here. This one will work. Let's go down this way. Had a reception last night for one of several they've had this year, events celebrating the 50th anniversary of the University of Regina. Last night's was focused on research. I wasn't able to stay for the presentations because I had rehearsal. I was there for the reception part. And I may be going to reception tonight, the 10th anniversary of Creative Saskatchewan. They're the government agency that funds various creative pursuits like film and books. So they've given me money, not enough, but I think books get like 1% of their budget. The vast majority of it goes to film and television projects, which, you know, yes, they're very expensive, but we could use a little bit more in the book production side of things for sure. See, you can tell it's not a very busy street when the people you see are walking right down the middle of it. I think we'll be able to zig or zag on the next one here too. Why are they walking down the middle of the street? I don't get it. I guess because the sidewalk's not wide enough to walk side by side, maybe. You see a little snow in the shade here too still. Cameron Crescent. Oh, no, no point going left unless it joins up with something else. It'll just take me around in a crescent. Otherwise, that's the name. Oh. Oh no, this goes a long way. We'll go this way. Maybe Cameron Crescent is on the other side. All right, there's a school over there, which I often walk by, but we'll go this way because I've only been out for 12 minutes. The Halloween lingering over there too. The jets have been coming in. Where is it? I can hear it. They're coming down low right over my head here. There it is. At certain, depending on which way the wind's blowing, sometimes they come in very low over this part of the city, heading into land. The airport, which is obviously over that way, one hopes. Where are we at? We at Albert Park, Regina, Saskatchewan. Albert Park is the neighborhood. Regina is the city. Saskatchewan is the province. The country is Canada. The planet is Earth. That should pin it down. Pleasantly cool in the breeze. You can see all the way to Pasqua Street down there. Probably won't make it that far. The pattern I'm following here. Very broad, quiet street right here. Much broader than some. Huh, there you go. Yes, I've been doing it a long time. Not quite as religiously as when I first started, when I didn't miss a day for half a year. These times, I usually miss a day. Oh, now I have to make a choice. Instead of following my zigzag, I think I'll go over here and walk around the park a little bit. Or I could go further down and join the park further up. Maybe I'll do that. My turnaround point will be at the other end of the park. was actually kind of a bit surprised. People say, "Where's everybody?" But I'm always surprised when I see anybody on these afternoon walks in a neighborhood like this. These people have jobs. And boats. And squirrels. Long straight road. Pretty sure this one would take me, maybe not quite to Pasqua. I think there's another variation between here and there, but very long and straight. And the park is continuing to my left. I'll join it probably when I get down to the next intersection. I'll turn and then walk through the park by the skating rink and the community center. Leisure center, I guess it's called. Again, Brady Bunch territory. Time-wise for the building of these houses, I would think. There's fads in houses, so all of a sudden, right now, you're seeing all of these kind of split levels. Clearly, whoever originally did the neighborhood was really big on split levels like this one and that one. A little bit more snow there left from yesterday. If you look at yesterday's walk, you can see me walking through the newly fallen snow. Now this looks like a path to the park. Is it? Yes, it is. But it's still not quite at the end of the park, so let's go a little further. I can't see anything with the sun in my eyes here, walking this way. It's very low, right over there. You can see it just above the houses. Yeah, it can be. Downtown can be quite dead. Not always, but it can be. All those big box stores around the fringes used to be all the stuff you buy. It's an interesting one. In places like that, you would have bought in a store downtown. It's got solar panels on that one. But it is a small city, too. You know, it's only 230,000 or something like that. Big by Saskatchewan standards, second largest. Saskatchewan's bigger, but not by anywhere else in the world. Somebody had a snowman. Only his feet or bottom left. Yeah, it looks like I'll be going up to the next intersection and then going around, and I'll make my way through the park by the skating rink and leisure center. And that'll be my turnaround point for heading back to the car. This is a long straight bit here I found myself on. This is, I'm not sure. I'll know in a minute. I did a turn back there, and I was on Sunset, but I'm whatever main drive north of Sunset. This is Queen Street coming up. And the cross street I'm about to turn onto Queen Street from is, wait for it, Hepkirk Drive. So I'm at the corner of Hepkirk Drive and Queen Street. Now I'm turning left onto Hepkirk Drive. I'm the play-by-play. Yes, and I've walked up there. Big park. But not today. Going this way. Now turn south. This is my turnaround point now to head back to the car, which is parked over on South Albert by Positively Perfect Pet Store. Now I'm on Queen Street. Pearson Place on the right. Now, is this just a place over here? Does it go through? Hard to say. I think it's a dead end. I don't think there's any way through the houses over there to get to the park. There might be. I can tell from here. No, I don't think so. So we'll go up to the next one. That's the school, which I've walked around on past occasions. Is this the one with the church next to it? Catholic school? Oh, this will take me where I want to go. Okay, so that was my turnaround point. 22 minutes to here, so presumably it'll be about a 45-minute walk. I don't know what this is. A lot of storage stuff out back here. Some sort of institutional. Is it a school? More looks more like a nursing home or something like that. So I think this will take me where I want to go. It may trap me. I'm not 100% sure. Might just be a parking lot. But I would hope there's a gate to the park up here somewhere. Well, certainly down that way will take me if I can't get through the fence here. There's the skating rink there. This is the, it's got to be some sort of care home. No, it's all a fence. I am trapped. Well, that's annoying. Thought for sure there'd be a way through here. Oh no, wait a minute. There is. There's a lane. I just couldn't see it because of the way the fences ran together visually. I'm not trapped. Good, I said that. This should be Sunset up here. Not Sunset Boulevard, but Sunset Drive, I think it's called. Again, this is a little skating rink. Used to bring Alice here for skating lessons when she was little. When I was younger, obviously. The two things went together. Nice to turn the corner so I don't have the sun in my eyes as much as it's been going this way. Apparently, Adam Hicks lives in this neighborhood, would be my guess, because whoever he is, he's running for councilor, I guess. There's a big truck here with Vote Adam Hicks and a trailer that says Vote Adam Hicks. Go down this way. I can go through the park and not just along the road. Go by the playground here. There's a soccer field over here, or a football field if you're from other parts of the world. Tennis courts, all that sporty stuff. Should be a big pile of snow over here that they've scraped off the ice. Pretty old rink here. I think it's still, well, it must still be functioning because there's that pile of snow I just mentioned. Duh. One of the playing fields here with a few little grandstands. They're not really very grand, but stands. Ungrandstands. Medium stands. I don't know. Let's go over and see the pile of snow. Tennis courts, as I said. I think those are tennis courts and not basketball courts. Yeah, tennis courts. Let's say I don't show you the sights. Look, it's a pile of snow. Also pickleball, apparently. I don't really know what pickleball is. I know it's popular, but I don't have a clue how it's played. It involves a ball, I guess, or something shaped like a pickle. I'm not sure which. The two things are mutually exclusive. Oh no, you could have a ball-shaped pickle, but you can't have a pickle-shaped ball, unless, of course, it's a ball that's shaped for a pickle, which is shaped like a ball. That's pretty meta. I guess that would work. If you can have a ball that's shaped like if you can have a pickle that's shaped like a ball, you could have a ball shaped like a pickle that's shaped like a ball, which would just be a ball shaped like a ball. But it sounds way more exciting if you say it the other way, for some definitions of exciting. This is the something or other leisure center. I can't remember which. Yeah, there's the not very exciting entrance to the rink. I'm sure there'll be a sign, which I will then leap upon to tell you what the name of this leisure center is. I don't think it has a library in it. I'm going to cut across the grass here because I'm not sure there's a path. Oh yeah, there it is. There's a path. Well, that being the case, we'll take the path. That's the columns here. Got a duck through there. Still didn't see a sign. Still don't know what the name of the leisure center is. It's got a spray park, which obviously is not spraying at the moment. Oof. Maybe warm today, but not warm enough for people to be out in swimsuits getting wet. So we crossed up there. Now we're going back here. Back to Sunset. I think I'll just walk down it. I know it brings me out on Angus, which is where I need to be. No, that's boring. It's the South Leisure Center. Albert Park, Aurora Art Guild Show and Sale. This weekend, if you wish to take it in. And the park is called Realtors Park. Presumably sponsored by Regina Realtors Association. There's my shadow. Good place to cross here too, because it's a four-way stop. in the playground zone. I didn't say it'd be the most exciting walk today, but at least it's away from my usual haunts. Tomorrow's more likely to be another downtown walk or something like that. Fairly busy street, this one, because it does go all the way through. This is Simpson Road here. But it doesn't take me the way I want to go because it only intersects on the left. Simpson Road. There's that shadow again. Hello. Me and my shadow strolling down the avenue. Except it's not an avenue. This is a drive, not an avenue. So Garnet here is where I turned that way last time. So a bit of a repeat here now for a little ways. Not too far because it's just a block. Little free library. I figure I should carry a bag of my old books and stick those in there everywhere I go. Get them out of my basement. At least the ones that I don't think I'm going to sell at one of my book tables. House for sale if you're looking. Yes, I walked over on that side past those guys. I remember that. So I must have come down this street to the right. Christmas lights hanging. Closer than you think. Christmas decorations are closer than they appear. Objects in Christmas are closer than they appear, I guess is the way that would work. Warm enough today, I worked up a sweat. I'm not even wearing a jacket, so big change from yesterday. Still frosting pretty much every night, but getting well above freezing still on most days. Could change at any time, and the long-range forecast does certainly show the cooling you would expect, although not a huge icy blast, which often happens in November. It'll suddenly drop to minus 20 or something. That hasn't happened yet, but it will. It will. Winter is coming and all that. Angus Street, up there where the cars are going back and forth. And I'm just a block or two that way is where I left the car. Got a couple of things stolen out of the car while I was in Ottawa. They didn't break into it. Last time I parked it, I failed to lock it, apparently, so they just opened the door. Stole some old sunglasses and nothing important. Wasn't anything in there of value. I think the weirdest one was the car came with a couple of sets of headphones, which worked with the built-in DVD player. I took those, but I can't even imagine we will ever have anybody in the back seat watching a DVD, although I wouldn't mind trying it out to see if it works. But it's a used car. It's about 10 years old, 14 years old. And before we had it, it belonged to a family with small children. So I made sure they had the entertainment system in the back. And had we had it when we had Alice was that age, if we'd gotten it new in 2010 when she was 9, she probably would have used it. But these days, no. Georgian Gardens coming up, apartment building. I think there's a crosswalk here, so I'll just cross over to the other side onto Angus, and then a couple of blocks down, and that'll be where the house is, where the car is, not where the house is. It'll be about a 45-minute walk, looks like. Oh, sorry, this is Ray Street. That's right. Angus doesn't go through because of all the commercial stuff up here. There's a crosswalk, but it doesn't have a light, so I'll be cautious crossing it for sure. Georgia Gardens, as I said. Have older but nice apartment buildings along here. That's a senior citizen's home over there. They all have names. The Willowcrest. This one has a name too, but I may not be on the front like the other one. It's called the Oak Crest. So clearly all part of the same development at some point. And a fairly large nursing home over there. There you go. Oak Crest. There's the sign. Now, is this one a crest or is it something else? They're all nicely lit up this time of day, too. This must have a name. It's called the Elm Crest. Almost could have predicted that. I'll bet you this one is a crest, too. Any guesses? Poplar crest? Pine crest? Birch crest. Darn it. That was my next guess. Should have thought of birch first. Lots of birch trees in Saskatchewan. Could have been aspen, Chris. Probably more aspen than birch, to be honest. I could tell he wouldn't slow down, so I didn't walk in front of him. As we go by World of Water, whatever that is, vaping away. Purest water possible. I guess they do have water purification systems. My car is over there where the pet store is, so I actually think I'll stop right here. So thanks for walking with me, and that's it for today. Bye for now.